Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are on the record. Good morning, Mr. Romero. I'm Judge Michael Davis. And this is the first appearance court. You're all here because you've been arrested, and under the laws of the state of Florida, you have the right to see a neutral judge within 24 hours of your arrest. Today, I'm going to be making two decisions. The first is whether or not there was probable legal cause for your arrest, and if I find that there was, I'm going to set bail or bond in your case in a reasonable amount if it's applicable under the law. Now, today is not your trial. I'm not going to be your ultimate judge. You're going to see me on this one-time basis for your first appearance, and then you'll be given notice to appear before your trial division judge. So you have some rights today, and let me tell you what those are. The first is you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say can and will be used against you. Everything that you're saying is being recorded both via audio and also on a video. And the state attorney's office is here with me in my courtroom, and they will use anything that you say throughout your case. So don't talk about the facts of your case today. You may be asked to talk today about things like your ability to pay a monetary bond, your community ties and family ties, in order to assure your return to court. The second right you have is the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you. And we have representatives here this morning from the Public Defender's Office. There's one with you in the main jail, and there's a representative here with me in my courtroom. They'll represent you at today's hearing free of charge, and if you continue with the Public Defender's Office, there may be some fee, but it is certainly a low fee. You also have the right to hire a private attorney. If you have done so and that attorney is not here, please let me know, and I will try and contact them for you this morning.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I meant to bring this up. There's a couple cases I was hoping we could address. One needs to go to Judge Cohen, and the other I want to confirm that he's before Judge McCarthy.
Okay, sure.
The first is, and I apologize, I don't know the page number, James Judy.
James Judy, I believe he's here at me. Come on up there.
Do you
So
know,
he's going to be taking which courtroom?
is he's supposed to be with Judge
He's
Cohen?
supposed to be with Judge Cohen, and also, just so I can let the court and Mr. Judy know, Steve Melnick is representing him. He came by here this morning. He'll be going to Judge, and I let him know we're going to be sending it to Judge Cohen. He knew
He
it
starts at 11
domestic.
o'clock?
11 o'clock.
So,
So you're going to be taking the Judge Cohen.
yeah, they're going to take it. He starts at 11
Okay,
o'clock,
I
and
just
Mr. Melnick will be there. So you
And
know
the
what,
other,
when I get to that in the stack, just remind me.
yes,
I
of
won't
course.
pull that now. And what was
And
the
the
next
other case, Rodriguez, I guess I've been told if he's already gone to McCarthy, so we'll just deal with it when we get to it on the
All
docket.
right. Okay.
And I believe, Patrice, there was one.
Another one, Christopher Demas, he was supposed to go to calendar call this morning also. I'd like to call him.
Okay.
Can.
Denis?
Yes.
Christopher Denis? Do you know what page he was on, by any chance?
Demas is on page 24 at the bottom.
So he's towards the back.
Yes, sir.
All right, Christopher Denis, please. He's all the way at the bottom of the docket.
Page 24.
24. Denis.
I'd like to address a matter before he goes. Here he is, Your Honor.
How many pages are there in today's docket?
I'm going to tell you in a moment. 29.
29,
All right,
Judge.
so he's very close to the bottom. Denis. All right, give me a minute here to find it.
He's after Jesus Lacotte
Ah, I see.
and
Okay.
of course Tamla
Mr.
Amin.
Christopher Dennis is here, and he informed me he has private counsel, Mr. Bill Jones.
Okay, yep, and I think Mr. Jalen is probably over in Judge Duffy's courtroom, right, because
Your
I've got calendar call
He
this
is
morning.
currently on, he is out on two cases, 177092 CF10A and 1763006 CF10A. The 6306 CF10A is a driving while license revoked. He was placed on pretrial supervision. If the court finds probable cause, we're gonna ask that his pretrial status be revoked, and then when he goes to division, they can address it there.
Let me call Mr. Jalen. I don't know that he knows that he's here in magistrates. What time is he supposed, what time does Judge Duffy start her calendar calls? Anyone know?
It was scheduled for 9.
I mean, there's a couple of things we can do. We can send him over and have Judge Duffy do the first appearance. Let me call Mr. Jelen.
Need the paperwork and everything too, yeah.
Right.
You literally just said it says it went through.
Hey, Mr. John, it's Michael Davis. How are you? I'm good. I'm sorry to bother you. I have one of your clients here at first appearance, his name is Christopher Dennis. And I know. Yeah, come on, right? He's supposed to be in Duffy, I think, at 9 o'clock. Okay. Yeah. Take your time. Okay. All right. Fine. Mr. Dennis, Mr. Jelen is on the way. Okay, so we're gonna address that case in your case in just a minute. Don't go too far. Okay. Let's have him sit up somewhere towards the front, deputies. All right. Are we ready on Salah Amira, or you still need a few more minutes?
I'm on the phone with the detective. I'm
Okay.
waiting to get the
No
affidavit emailed.
Mr. Coffey, how can I help you? Good morning.
Sworn on page 19, Classen, but I
What?
just need to review the police report.
All right,
before I
no
make
problem.
an
Tell me the last
All right,
name
and
one more
what's your
time.
Classen, C-L-A-S-S-E.
All right, I'll pull it out here.
Thanks, sir.
And we'll get started from page 1. Classic. Ah, here we go. Got it.
Actually, honestly,
Okay.
I can't stay here 'cause I got.
All right.
I can't have your receipt. No, I'm gonna print you out a copy.
I'll sign these unless you need them as we go. I can sign them at the end. All right, that's what I'll do. All right. Let's get going then on page 1. And when you guys are ready for your cases, let me know. All right, Allison Tisdale.
North Broward, I believe, Judge.
All right. Hey, good morning, Deputy McCoy. How are you?
Davis. How are you?
Wow, it's a blessing to see your face.
Same here.
All right.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, my friend. Good morning, Miss Tisdale. I'm Judge Davis. You're charged with resisting an officer without violence and trespassing. I'm going to find probable cause for those offenses. Ms. Chase, I don't know, did you get a chance to speak with Ms. Tisdale? All right. Just reading the facts of the probable cause affidavit, I was wondering if perhaps this is something Judge Lorna Wren might want to handle. But I don't know, Mr. Linder, do you have some recent priors?
One moment.
Allison, how are you doing today?
I'm okay.
Okay, that's good. I don't want you to talk about the facts of the case, but according to this probable cause affidavit, you got a little upset at the racetrack gas station.
Yes.
Don't talk about the facts, though. I don't want you to respond.
She's
going
had
on
some
with her?
priors. The most recent Broward State prior I see is 2015, resisting without violence.
Okay. All right. Well. Allison, you know what month it is?
Yes.
Well, what month is it, my friend?
January
All right, you know what year it is?
2018.
And you know where you are?
Yes.
What county are you in?
Right now they're pumping them.
Okay, Pompano in Broward County.
Yes.
All right, you want to resolve this case today, or do you want to take it to trial?
I want to resolve it today because I just started a job.
Okay, that's good. So I'm willing to resolve the case. If you want to plead no contest, I'll withhold adjudication. But one of the conditions is that you've got to stay away from that racetrack gas station, 3996 Pembroke. You can't go back there.
Okay.
Okay, is that fair?
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Raise your right hand for me. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and put your hand down. Tell me your full name.
Allison Deshaun Tisdale.
All right, Allison, you've been charged with resisting arrest and trespassing. You want to plead no contest to those charges?
Yes.
You understand by pleading no contest, that'll end the case, can't go back on appeal. It's over, you're giving up your right to have a trial. You understand all that?
Yes.
All right, Allison, the case is going to be, the adjudication is going to be withhold. You're also going to have a year to pay some court costs, but your case is done. You got to stay away from that racetrack gas station for me, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am. You're going to be released today.
Thank you.
All righty. Rhonda Robinson.
Judge, she's here present at me.
Oh, okay. All right, Ms. Robinson, good morning. You're charged with petty theft. I'm going to find probable cause for the offense. It looks to me like the property was recovered. So,
I believe so. I believe it was at a Kohl's and the property was.
Or bond was
recovered.
posted.
Judge, if you're inclined, Ms. Robinson is gonna ask the court if you would consider resolving her case for adjudication time served.
okay. Ma'am, I'll give you the choice. Someone no?
Oh.
It was not posted, Sheila? Not yet? You sure? Okay. All right, ma'am. I'm okay with that plea. If you want to plead no contest, I'll find you guilty of the offense, sentence you to time served and court costs. Do you want to do that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Go ahead and raise your right hand for me. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right. Go ahead and put your hand down. Tell me your full name.
Rhonda Michelle Robinson.
All right, Rhonda, you want to plead no contest to the charge of petty theft?
Yes, sir.
You understand that if you do that, the case will be over today. You're giving up your right to have a trial?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you don't have to plead no contest today if you don't want to. You can fight the case. I'll let you out of jail without having to pay a bond. It's really, the choice is completely up to you.
No, I plead no contest.
Okay, and you understand, once you plead no contest and I find you guilty, that's that. The case is over. You cannot go back. You can't go to trial. The case is done.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, ma'am.
She's
Yeah.
a little emotional. Can you give me 2 seconds?
No problem. Take your time. Andy, you ready? Yeah, take your time. I'll sign this whole stack, Ms. Chase, at the end, unless you need them now.
I need to get out of here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Judge, she wants to proceed.
She wants to present. Okay, all right, ma'am. All right, so you've had time to talk to your attorney with Mr. Romero there?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. All right, ma'am, I'm going to find your plea to be knowing, intelligent, and voluntary. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the offense of petty theft. I'll sentence you to time served, and you're going to have a year to pay court costs, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am. All right, we're going to call, I think he was on page 19,
Yes, Your Honor.
Jonathan Klassen.
Yes, Judge.
Classen, come on up. Your attorney, Mr. Coffey, is here.
Hey, Hector.
Hello, Mr. Coffey. Always a pleasure seeing you.
You too.
All right, good morning, Mr. Klassen. Mr. Coffey, want to waive a reading of the charges?
Yes, Judge. I've read through. I'm not going to argue against probable cause.
So, sir, you're charged with a felony offense. I'm going to find probable cause for the offense. Your attorney, Mr. Coffey, is here. Let me hear from him.
Judge, I had a chance to review. I spoke to Mr. Linder. My client has no priors. The alleged incident occurred back in June. It took a little while for a not in custody to be issued. Charges have been filed already. So I'm asking you to consider a $10,000 bond with a monitor.
Mr. Linder?
Your Honor, Mr. Coffey and I spoke about this. We were kind of stuck on the bond amount. I was advising Mr. Coffey I'd be okay to 15,000. Obviously, he wants 10. So we discussed and told we tell Your Honor what we're seeking and whatever Your Honor believes appropriate. With the monitor, also 15, and obviously no victim contact with. The alleged victim's initials are BB.
Do you know Mr. Coffey? Is he currently employed?
He is. He works as a mechanic.
Mechanic. Okay.
And it was actually one of his coworkers that came to me last night and hired us.
Okay. All right.
And also, Judge, on top of that, his employer said that he has his job is still open as soon as he's released this morning.
Okay. All right, so $10,000 bond, sir. I'm going to put you on pretrial release level 2. That means you're going to wear an ankle monitor. You can go from your home to your employment. You can go to a place of worship if you'd like. That has to be scheduled with pretrial release. You can go to the doctor's office. Otherwise, you're going to be within the four walls of your house. You're to have no contact with the alleged victim in the case. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find her in any way on social media. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
All right. Good luck to you. Be in touch with Mr. Coffey.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All
Have
right,
a great
thank you.
day.
Have a good day.
Appreciate it.
All right. And we're still waiting on Mr. Amira?
Your Honor, I'm on the.
No, it's no rush. I'm just checking.
Yeah, I just want to explain. I'm on the phone with the detective. There might be a firewall or something. She's gonna look into it. She sent it. I'm just not receiving it.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. All right. Felicia Narine.
She's approaching, Judge.
All right, good morning, ma'am.
Serena's here present, Judge.
Good morning, sir.
Sorry, let me handle her, and then just let me know in a minute what case you're on. We'll pull it out. All right, ma'am, you're charged with petty theft in the first degree. Ma'am, do you want to resolve this case today?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'd offer a adjudication, time served, and you'll have a year to pay court costs. You want to do that?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Judge,
go ahead.
my understanding,
Yes.
would you be inclined, I believe she told me she's not a convicted felon. Judge, would you consider on her situation giving her withhold of adjudication, taking judicial notice of time served?
She have any priors?
So I'm checking right
All
now.
right.
She did inform me she has priors, but she doesn't believe she's a convicted felon, and that's why I'm making that request.
Gray area in between the two. Looks like as an adult, I just see a possession of marijuana.
All right, ma'am, I'll offer you a withhold of adjudication. Okay? You want to do that?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and raise your right hand for me. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Class in? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, put your hand down and tell me your full name.
Felicia Nicole Nair.
All right, Ms. Naren, you've been charged with petty theft. You want to plead no contest to that charge?
Yes, sir.
You understand by pleading no contest, you're giving up your right to have a trial?
Yes.
All right, you understand after today, case is done, can't go back, everything is finished, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find your plea to be knowing, intelligent, and voluntary. I'll withhold adjudication, and you'll have a year to pay some court costs, okay?
Yes, thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you. Counsel, good morning. How can I help you? What case you on? Is it a domestic? It should be over in Judge McHugh or... Mr. Linder might be able to
I'm
look it up. But if it's a
checking it.
domestic, it's going to be over in Judge McHugh or Judge Cohen. No. Could be on the afternoon docket. All right. Chloe Cephas.
He might have been heard yesterday. I can't imagine it today. Considering.
All right.
Oh, and her bond was posted. All right. That's a KPS. All right. Christine DiMernardo.
Hold on, Your Honor.
All righty. All right. Good morning, ma'am. You're being held on a misdemeanor warrant for operating without a valid driver's license. Ma'am, I'm going to take a look at your driving record, okay?
Okay.
Yikes. Okay. I don't think this is something that you're going to be able to work out today unless, ma'am, what I would offer you is an adjudication, so you'd be found guilty of the offense of operating without a driver's license. I'll give you time served and a year to pay some court costs. Is that something you were interested in?
I'm a little confused. Oh, what do you mean time served? I'm sorry.
Well, what it would mean is that I would find you guilty of the offense of operating without a valid driver's license. My sentence would be time served. So in other words, you got arrested yesterday, you spent one night in jail, you'll be released today. The case will be over. You'll have a year to pay the court costs of those $293? You'd have a year to pay $293 in court costs, but you will have an adjudication on your record of guilt that you were guilty of this offense of operating without a valid license.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead and raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead and put your hand down. Tell me your full name, Christine.
Christine Rose DiBernardo.
All right, ma'am, you've been charged with operating without a valid driver's license. Do you wish to plead guilty to, I'm sorry, no contest to that charge?
Yes, sir.
All right, you understand by pleading no contest, you're giving up your right to have a trial. The case is going to be resolved today. There's no going back.
Yes, sir.
All right, you understand that I'm going to find you guilty of the offense. There'll be an adjudication on your record. and I'll give you time served, which means you'll be released today.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to find your plea to be knowing, intelligent, and voluntary. I will find you guilty of that offense, ma'am, and you'll have a year to pay some court costs, okay? You'll be released today.
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you. All right, good morning, counsel. How are you?
Good morning, Judge. I need to pass my case because I am finding the PC, and I'll,
Take your time.
if I can call it, thank you.
No problem at all. Michelle Jackman? All right. Good morning, Miss Jackman. You're charged with violating your felony probation. You're going to be held without bond at this time, and you're going to see Judge Fine, excuse me, Judge Fine, on the 31st of January at 9 a.m. to address that, okay?
Okay,
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
thank you.
Take care of yourself. Tiffany Smith?
No problem, Judge.
All right. All right, good morning, Miss Smith. All right, you are charged with possession of cocaine. This is count 5. It's an ad charge. What else? Is she being held on other stuff?
It's a Palm Beach County hold, from what I can tell, Your Honor.
Got it. All right, ma'am, I'm going to release you on your recognizance on this count, on this charge.
Yeah, that's not her only hold, Your Honor.
Oh, it's not her only hold? All right.
That's just one of.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
She has $3,800 worth of bonds.
Oh, I thought it was just the Palm Beach
No,
hold.
no,
All right.
not that. That's
Never mind. The $1,000 bond is going to remain on this charge, so you get credit for time served, ma'am. This is on count 5, okay? Good luck to you. Take care. Alessandra Carballo.
She's approaching, Judge. See her name?
All righty. All right. Good morning, ma'am. You're charged with violating your felony probation. You're going to be held without bond at this time. You're going to see your division judge January 22nd at 9 a.m. So just a few days, okay?
Good luck.
All right. Good luck to you. Shelley Ross.
She's North Broward, Judge.
All righty. Good morning, Miss Ross. Let's see here. You're being held on a court order on a misdemeanor case. You've got 2 warrants on your misdemeanor cases and a violation of your felony community control. There's no bond on the first misdemeanor case. The warrant bonds are $500 each, and it's no bond on the violation of the felony. You've got 2 court dates coming up. One is on the 22nd of January at 11 for the misdemeanor hold, and on the felony hold, January 23rd at 9 a.m. So hopefully you'll be able to address those on those days, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you. Sophia Richardson.
Judge, Ms. Richardson is approaching. From what she told me in college, she's declined the service of public defender.
Okay. Oh, that's a switch. There we go. All right. Good morning, Miss Richardson. You're charged with grand theft, fraud, and you also have an out-of-county felony warrant. I'm going to find probable cause for these offenses. Bond on counts 1 and 2 will be $1,000 each. For the out-of-county hold, there is no bond. So you'll go and see Judge Siegel, I believe, and for the local Broward cases, and then you'll be transported to the other county, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am. Mamous Alexandre?
I believe North Broward.
She was removed from the docket? Okay. Judge today. Okay, all right, very good. So that's off the docket. There you go. All right, Stephanie Tanner.
She's approaching.
All right. All right, good morning, Miss Tanner. You're charged with...
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You're charged with grand theft. I'm going to find probable cause for that offense. I'm going to release you on your recognizance...
Your Honor, Your Honor. Ms. Tanner was just here last week on a theft.
Oh, is that right?
A misdemeanor theft that she pled out. She just got out, I believe, last Thursday. It doesn't appear she has ties to the community. I see her residence is Beverly Hills, Florida.
Where's Beverly Hills, Florida?
It's Citrus County.
No.
Judge,
Unincorporated.
if I could give you a little bit more information, Ms. Tanner, she's 56 years old. She does reside in Citrus County. She was here in Broward County. She's been
That's what she
visiting
pled
for
out.
about now a couple months now. She is retired. From what she advised me, she gets benefits from the VA, about $800 a month. She's was in the Air Force, served from 1981 to 1987. From what she advised me, Judge, there's really no one that she can contact to help post her monetary bond. She does have a mailing address, which is in Citrus County. Judge, I do understand as far as the court's reluctance if you don't have a straight ROR. I'd ask you at this time, considering she does have, this is a nonviolent offense, she does have a valid address, would you release her to pretrial release standard without having a need to post any sort of monetary bond, Judge?
Your Honor, I don't know that there's any reason to believe she's gonna be going back to Citrus County to get her notice. She was released a week ago. A week later, she's still down here committing another theft.
That's what I was gonna ask, is the valid address here in Broward County, is that?
I tried to ask her if she knew anybody here in Broward or anything like that, or a mailing address here in Broward. The only mailing address she gave me was the one in Citrus County.
All right.
I don't know if she's had time to think of any other person that you get a mailing address here in Broward.
I'd like to speak to the judge
Yeah,
when I
that,
can,
yeah.
please.
There-
Oh,
and
no.
It's dated, there was a 97 manslaughter as well. Your Honor, from what Mr. Romero is representing, and obviously the appropriate documents and paperwork would have to be filled out, but it would appear she might be eligible for Veterans Court before Judge Merrigan, and
Right.
certainly Judge Merrigan has access to programs and whatnot, but based on the information provided, I mean, it just doesn't seem appropriate either for pretrial release at this point or a straight ROR.
Ma'am, Mr. Romero had said that you've been visiting Broward for a few months now. Where have you been staying while you're here?
Sir, at this point, I'm homeless. My
Okay.
car was stolen
Okay.
from Miami Gardens Walmart 4 months ago. I am retired with all intentions. I'm heading south to move to Key West. I have not been able to get there. I have 3 different bank accounts. I'm not going to elaborate, of course. I have money. I need to bond out and leave this place. Yes, sir, I'm a proud Air Force 6 years veteran, and I am retired from the state of Florida, Florida Park Service, Park Ranger, and I receive approximately $125 from that a month as well.
Okay.
Judge, when I did talk to her financially, she said if she could go, or someone could go to the bank and get the money to post her bond, she would be able to post her bond, but she has no friends or family that can actually go to the bank. So in all honesty, she's gonna be held here because she has no access to the funds she said she has. So that's why I was gonna ask if she could be supervised on pretrial and be released that way.
Do you have access to a debit card from your bank? They issue.
Yes, sir, our debit card is waiting for me at my wicked stepmother's in Davie, Florida, which has quite a sizable amount of money on it.
Okay. Do you have a?
When I tried to ask her if she had family, she said she hasn't been in contact, or the family won't help her.
No, they won't.
But can you get in contact with your stepmom to have her post the bond using your debit card? Do you have her
Oh,
telephone
no,
number?
I tried that, sir, in Hialeah last week. She refused to do it with my own money.
Right. Right. Well, here's the thing. If you're on pretrial release, you're going to have to remain in Broward County. So the question is where you're going to stay, because you're going to have to report into them physically.
Sir, I understand that. That I can find myself quite reasonable accommodations and will report as ordered, of course. That is not a problem monetarily or any other way.
She just was released after pleading out a theft last Thursday.
I know we heard that.
When you're done with that.
That's my concern.
Ma'am, let's see here. All right, I'll give it a shot. You can go on pretrial release. You're going to have to report to them at least once a week. So that means you're staying here in Broward County, ma'am. I'll let them do it without verifying an address. You'll have to report into their office. They're going to give you a map on where to go, and you're going to have to check in with them by tomorrow morning. You understand? Physically.
I do, sir, and also I can give a parent's address in Davie, Florida.
Right, but you said that they won't.
No, sir, they won't. They're worthless.
Right, so that address is also going to be worthless to us. So you're going to have to check in. You're going to have to check in today because you'll be released by this afternoon. So you're going to have to check in today. It's right across the street from the courthouse, okay?
Yes, sir, yes, the point on that one is moot. Thank you, sir.
All right, do a mental health evaluation, please. All right, thank you, good luck.
Arrow pointing there, follow this. Good luck, man.
All right, can I have Mr. Dennis come on back up, please? Christopher Dennis?
Mr. Christopher Dennis, come on up, please. Mr. Christopher Dennis? He's approaching Mr. Jones. Sir?
All right, good morning, Mr. Dennis. We've got Mr. Jelen, your attorney here. Mr. Jelen, Mr. Dennis was picked up on a driving with a suspended license and habitual offender. And, ma'am, I'm sorry, sir, you have, some cases this
Yeah,
morning
probably.
with Judge Duffy. Judge Duffy or Judge McCarthy? I don't remember. Judge Duffy. All right.
The court find probable cause?
Yeah, I'm gonna find probable cause.
The
And
defendant is being supervised by pretrial service on case 17-6306 CF10A, driving while license revoked. Based on this court's finding of probable cause, we ask that his pretrial status be revoked at this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you not to do that, Judge. He's, again, it's driving. He's had a reentry type of problem, and he's just gotta get his license straight. We are set for court with, on that case, with Judge Duffy this morning. I will obviously, as an officer of the court, present all this to her, and if we could just let her make that decision as far as the revocation. It's not often somebody pops up the same day they got court, so, again, as an officer of the court, I'm gonna bring this police report to the state and to the judge and ask her to make that decision, please. Or at least, yes, that's what I'm gonna do.
all right, well, keep him on pretrial, $750 bond, sir.
Okay, and again, so you're deferring on that. I have to tell her about this, and I will say that Madam Pretrial moved to revoke, and I'll ask her to make the ruling on that, which is what you're basically agreeing to let her make the ruling on that.
Exactly.
So the record's clear. Thank you.
You want him brought over for?
Yes, please.
All right, and deputies, if you could have him transported, please, to Judge Duffy's courtroom.
But just so I don't want to misrepresent anything. You are deferring on that ruling and leaving it to Judge Duffy?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. And then I also have Timothy Simmons. I just noticed on the docket on 23, my other client on something else. Timothy Simmons.
Timothy Simmons. Got him, all right. Timothy Simmons?
Hey,
All right.
Tim, it's
All right,
Bill
sir.
Jelen. I'm not hired on this. Do you want me to stand in at magistrates for you?
Yes.
All right, thanks.
All right, well, Mr. Simmons, you're charged with trafficking cocaine, possession with intent to sell cocaine within 1,000 feet of a place of worship, conveyance, or business, possession of drug paraphernalia, driving with a suspended license, the third or subsequent offense, and failure to wear a seatbelt. I'm gonna find probable cause for the offenses.
Well, here's the thing, Judge. The only thing apparently tying him to all this stuff is his admission. Is that what it is? Mr. Linder?
He was, one moment, Your Honor.
Do you have the warrant by any chance?
No, I don't believe it's necessary, Your Honor.
I
There's
just,
a probable cause affidavit speaks for itself. The law enforcement, to making an arrest, are allowed to rely on his admission and the physical evidence to make an arrest.
I mean, but again, my quick reading of this, there's absolutely nothing there, but for the admission, alleged admission, there would be nothing, right? Am I right on that?
Well, you could say, but for, we have a lot of reports that if you take one fact out, that there's not PC, but it's a pretty big fact.
So here's the thing, I just, credibility-wise, I just don't, I don't see it happening and admitting to armed drug trafficking. Not to scare you, but what's the min-man on that, Mr. Linder? So, I mean, it's, I just,
It would appear to be a
I
three-year
would,
minimum mandatory
I'd like to
sentence.
see the search warrant, I'd like to see I'd like more on this. It just, with everything we know and with the cases coming out of the fourth that instruct judges to the totality of the circumstances on a common sense basis, it doesn't read well to me, but, you know.
Your Honor, and I guess my response would be, as the court's aware from your own experience in this division, how many times judges tell defendants, don't talk about the facts of your case. And yet somehow, very often, defendants get up and start talking about the facts of their case. It is not necessarily per se unreasonable, because Mr. Jones says so, that he made a confession with no other basis to say that, well, it must be made up, because why would he make an admission to that? Happens all the time.
Well, sir, this will get further fleshed out in your case, and you'll make a decision whether or not you're going to hire Mr. Jellin for this case as well. But I'll find probable cause for today. And again, this will be fleshed out in front of your division judge. The standard bonds will remain in place.
Can you do any better on the bonds, Judge? Just maybe knock, it's, right now it's at 20, what is it, 15, 22.5, but 23.5 is what it's at. Can you bring it down to maybe 15,000 total?
Your Honor, I believe considering there's a 3-year minimum mandatory sentence if he's convicted, a gun was found, Your Honor, I believe it's a reasonable total bond.
We'll do 15,000 on count 1, 5,000 on count 2, and I'll release him on 3 and 4. All right?
All right,
Good luck.
do you understand, Tim?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Good luck. Take care, Mr.
Thanks,
Jellin.
Judge. Okay, thank you.
All right. Ready to go?
Yes, sir. It's on page 25, Salah Amira, Steve Reisman on his behalf.
All right. So Salah Amira, please.
And Judge's brother's present in the courtroom, his family member right there.
Oh, all right. Good morning, sir. You're charged with aggravated assault with intent to commit a felony. Any arguments as to probable cause, Mr. Reisman?
Not at this time, Judge, but I would suggest that something that could be taken into account as far as the case is concerned and as far as probable cause is that the complainant came into the convenience store where my client worked. It's not a situation where my client sought out this individual, even knew him before this incident. He came into the store, as is expressed in the affidavit, to express his disdain about some other incident that didn't involve my client, remained in the vicinity of the store after he left the inside in the parking lot, circling in his car, then throwing something at the front window of the car. So there's some issues to explore there that I think are going to be important in the determination, at least as far as some factors that the court could consider as far as whether or not he's a danger to the community. This was an incident where the individual, the complainant, came into the location where my client worked, not where he sought him out for any reason.
Okay.
And Your Honor, and I wasn't sure, Your Honor, because I didn't have a copy of the affidavit, so I wasn't sure if you had a copy of the actual affidavit.
I don't. I just
Oh,
have
okay.
the warrant.
I have a copy for you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And whenever the court is, obviously, I'm sure you're going to want him to read it, so whenever the court is ready.
As far as the other factors are concerned, Judge, As far as his ties to the community, he's gainfully employed in the location where you just read in the affidavit. He has a stable residence where he's lived for the past 10 years with his mother and his brother, who's present in court today. No prior felony convictions. He's a United States citizen, never failed to appear in court. He's not a flight risk. He's not a danger to the community. As I indicated, this gentleman came into his place of employment. His mother was also just recently released last night, as a matter of fact, from the hospital. So I know the standard bond schedule doesn't apply anymore, but in taking a look at it for some guidance as far as this charge is concerned, ag assault with a firearm, the original standard bond amount was $5,000. Based upon his ties to the community, lack of significant history, I see no reason why that same bond shouldn't be posted, along with obviously in order that he not have contact with the victim, not possess any weapons or firearms of that nature. He's going to come back to court, and he's not going to have any contact with this individual.
All right, Mr. Linder?
Your Honor, first off, I'm going to be requesting a $50,000 bond, pre-trial release with a GPS monitor. I can advise you, his co-defendant, who appeared before Judge Pohl a couple weeks ago, received a $100,000 bond, pre-trial release with a GPS monitor. Your Honor, was the alleged victim in the store at one point? Yes. Was he in the store when he was shot? No. As the detective puts in the affidavit, and it's supported by video evidence, he was in his vehicle. He posed no threat to Mr. Amira or his co-defendant. There was no, the statement they gave is not supported by the evidence. He was not in possession of a firearm. There was no evidence that there was any gunfire from that vehicle. The information about what the standard bond used to be is irrelevant because it was made no bond to be set at first appearance for this very reason, to determine these types of cases on a case-by-case basis. It was determined that a $5,000 bond, without any consideration of the allegations, is wholly inappropriate because there would be no difference between someone that points a gun at someone and someone, as in this instance, fires a gun. I'm not necessarily worried about his future appearance in court. I'm concerned about the safety of the community, and I believe there's a great concern in any situation where somebody fires a gun at another person, and that person is actually struck, as is the case in this instance. That is, I believe, the reason why Judge Pohl set his co-defendant's bond at $100,000.
Judge, just so we can make clear, I want to distinguish the conduct that he's discussing that resulted in that bond being set. That individual filed multiple rounds, I believe it was 4 or 5 casings that were at least filed, that actually struck this individual. There's no evidence whatsoever that the alleged round fired by my client in any way struck him. So, there's a big difference between the conduct that was described that resulted in that bond being set and the consideration of bond in this case being set. And additionally, as far as the factors that the court's to consider in determining whether or not or what type of monetary bond to set is also his ability to post it. That would be tantamount to no bond at all if he posted a $50,000 bond. He works as a clerk in a store. He can't afford that. His family can afford it. They're willing to help him with the posting of a reasonable bond, but that's certainly out of their means and out of his reach. And as far as the evidence he's talking about, that's certainly to be determined. But, this is the officer's interpretation of what's possibly on some videotape evidence, and that's, not anything at this point in time that's not even to be suggested that he may have been within his right, within the law, stand your ground to defend himself. So that remains to be seen. But as far as ties to the community, he has significant ties. He's not going anywhere, never missed a court date. He's not a flight risk. Danger to the community, I think the most important thing to consider for the court's consideration there is the fact that this is not a situation where he sat out the victim and went after him. This is a situation where the actual complainant came into his place of employment, and when he uses the words expresses disdain, I'm sure I'll find out later on what that means, but I don't imagine it was for anything to just have a peaceful conversation with them. And then he continued to stay in the parking lot, circled around, threw something at the car, and there's no suggestion that any sort of weapon that was fired by my client in any way struck this individual.
All right, let's do this. I'm going to do a $15,000 bond, pretrial release level 2 with a GPS monitor. So, sir, you're going to be restricted to your home and your place of employment, as well as doctor's offices, place of worship, things like that. I'll handle this young man's case next with the Walker.
Well, Your Honor, but also, and if the court didn't order, obviously I'm going to ask for no victim contact.
Yes, sir, you're going to have no contact with the alleged victim. Stay 500 feet away. Don't call, text, write, email, or try to find them on social media. You may not possess any firearms, weapons, or ammunition, or concealed weapons permit. Do you understand that, sir? All right, good luck to you.
Have a good day, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Reisman. Young man, how can I help you?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
My name is Joel Robrish, Your Honor, and I represent Mr. Aviles, Andres Aviles. He was arrested on a murder without premeditation on a fugitive warrant out of Broward.
All right.
And he was transported from Miami up here, and he was here yesterday morning. Matter of fact, I called your office to make sure hopefully what time that I'm supposed to be here, and somebody told me it was in the old courthouse. But anyway, he's apparently not on the calendar, and if he's going to be on this afternoon's calendar,
Okay.
I have to be at immigration court in Miami at 1 o'clock. So if he happens to appear this afternoon, would you be kind enough to reset it for tomorrow morning?
Sure, we can do that. Absolutely.
Okay?
No problem at all.
But I don't know, I have his jail number, if that might be helpful.
Yep, you can talk to, yeah? Oh, what is the jail number?
It's 5018-00221. Now, I assume he is charged with murder without premeditation, that he would have to come before Your Honor. Because I wouldn't think there's an information that's been filed.
Okay. All right, so let's set him for tomorrow. Judge Joel Lazarus will be here tomorrow, okay?
You won't be here,
No, not me. You'll see Judge Lazarus.
but I come back here.
Yes, it'll be here. You're gonna set him for the AM docket tomorrow? Can we set him for the AM docket? You want him in the morning or the afternoon?
How about the morning, Your Honor?
All right, you got it. All right, so see you tomorrow morning, or you'll see Judge Lazarus tomorrow morning, okay?
By the way, I've been rehabbing for the last 4 or 5 months.
I'm sorry.
And I just got out, I'm fine. I had a surgery at Jackson. They fixed me up pretty good.
Good.
And I saw that you were appointed. Congratulations. I knew Judge Hurley, and then I saw you were there. I have never met you. I'm one of the old timers, Your Honor.
Very nice to meet you. It's a pleasure.
Okay.
Feel better.
I'm fine.
All right,
I'm
good.
fine.
Good.
Hopefully this will go away soon.
Oh, good. I hope so. All right, be well.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great day. All right. Morning, counsel.
Judge, good morning. Thank you for passing my matter. It's Adrian Garcia. I believe he's on page 11 of your docket.
Adrian Garcia.
Mike Meyer on his behalf.
Adrian Garcia?
Felony.
He's here at Main, Judge.
I thought it was 11, but
Here we go, Adrian Garcia. Okay, and you want waiver reading of these charges?
no, Judge, we don't need to do that. I would
Yeah,
waive the reading.
Waive the reading.
I'll
yeah.
waive the reading.
Yeah, okay.
In fact, I'll stipulate to probable cause.
Okay.
And just make argument.
Okay. All right, so sir, I'm gonna find probable cause for these felony offenses that you've been charged with. I'm gonna hear from your attorney now.
Judge, I would note that this is strictly a possession case. There is no allegation of distribution, selling. It strictly is a possession case. I will tell the court that Mr. Garcia has zero contact with the system. He has never been arrested. He lives with his girlfriend. He's gainfully employed. He works for U-Haul and has been gainfully employed for the past year. He's a United States citizen. His ties are here to South Florida. He was
I'm sorry, give me 1 minute, there we go, it's back. Lost the video.
He was
feed from-
born and raised in Miami and went to Palmetto Senior High School, which is in Miami. Present in the courtroom are his parents. They're supportive of him. And I will tell the court that any orders that the court has for his appearance in court, he will honor. He's never been in the system, like I said before, so this is a first. His parents are working-class people, and we're asking that the court set a bond that would be appropriate in this case. I did speak with the state, and they were going to, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, they were going to be asking for a $10,000 bond per count. I will tell the court that that would be tantamount to no bond for him. I would ask the court to consider, under the facts and circumstances, if the court would consider a $35,000 bond. I believe that would secure his appearance, and that would be something that the family would be able to meet. So that's what we would be asking for, Judge.
All right, Mr. Linder?
Yes, Your Honor, I am going to be requesting bonds in the amount of $10,000 per count. Your Honor, I do have concerns based on the nature of the charges, also the strength of the evidence against Mr. Garcia. I do have a concern for the safety of the community, particularly minors. I'm also going to be asking for the additional following release conditions, that Mr. Garcia not be in possession of any devices with internet access, that he not have any contact with minors, that he not be, and this is also has to do with the information that is mentioned at the very end of the probable cause affidavit, Your Honor. I do have concerns that Mr. Garcia was in possession of an AR-15 rifle that was confiscated, but that he was also using a 3D printer to manufacture firearm parts, noting specifically functional AR-15 style lower. So I'd ask that additionally Mr. Garcia not be in possession of any firearms, weapons, or ammunition, that he may not manufacture any firearm or firearm parts, Your Honor, and that he may not be in possession of a 3D printer until further order of the court.
Judge, with regards to possession of any weapons, we certainly have no objection to that, no objection to him not manufacturing. And this is a hobby that he has. This is completely legal. Nothing about these guns were illegal. He wasn't charged with anything. But certainly while out on bond, we have no objection to that. We have concerns about the bond amount because really that would be tantamount to no bond. I believe a $35,000 bond would be sufficient, but not more than enough to secure his appearance. Regarding internet access, I would just ask the court to allow him internet for work purposes, because I think not having any access to the internet would be presumptuous at this point to completely shut him down from any internet access. So that's what we would ask for.
Oh, hold on. Gotta use the calculator. Okay, I'm gonna do a $4,000 bond per count. It's $44,000 bond. I'm gonna order pretrial release level 1. So, sir, that's gonna be house arrest. While you're out on bond, you're not to leave the four corners of your residence. You're gonna have no access to any computers or Wi-Fi enabled devices. If you own a cell phone that has Wi-Fi capability, pre-trial, you'll contact the cell phone provider, or is he going to have to contact the cell phone provider? All right, you're going to have to contact the cell phone provider in order to have them turn off the Wi-Fi portion of your cellular telephone. You're going to have no access to any kind of computer at all. You're going to have no access to any firearms or a 3D printer until further order of the court. Right, that's it. I'm sorry, I misspoke. No access to the internet. No access to the internet. Sir, you're not to have any contact with any minor children, and though you're on pretrial release level 1, which is house arrest, you're to stay 500 feet away from any schools, playgrounds, parks, anywhere that children are.
And Your Honor, I spoke with Detective Masters, who was involved in this investigation. he advised me there were numerous other weapons that were found at the home. That's why I was also asking that the order be no possession of any firearms or weapons. I don't know if the
Okay.
court's inclined.
I thought I said that, but
I-
yeah, no
just a-
firearms, weapons, ammunition, anything like that, no concealed weapons permits, and no 3D printers.
So we would just ask, any weapons would have to be surrendered to his local law
Correct.
enforcement office.
Correct.
Thank you.
Level 1, right?
Judge, would you allow him to go to work? He is gainfully employed, has been working at U-Haul for the past year. I certainly would, I think it would be important for him to maintain employment. So I would ask that he be allowed to work while he's on GPS.
You know, at this time, I'm not comfortable with it. As things progress in the case, perhaps the division judge will make a different decision. But as for the facts as we stand now, especially given the weight of the evidence and the alleged confession and what was in his possession, the amount, I think at this point, having this gentleman have any potential access to a computer would be a detriment to the community. So at this time, that's denied. But the bond will be $44,000, which is significantly less than the state was asking for.
I understand, Judge. Thank you.
And good luck to you, sir. All right. Thank you.
Thank you,
counsel.
Judge.
All right. Good to see you. All right. Solange, how are you? Good morning. Nice to see you. Good morning. Nice to see you. Come on up. So we have the Spanish interpreter here with us. What cases did we need her for? Call from Maine. Okay.
Yes, Judge, the person that's gonna require a Spanish interpreter is Miss Vanessa Arjona, and she is on page 3 of the document.
Oh, and she actually was the next case up. Okay. All right. So great timing. Perfect. All right. Good morning, ma'am.
Buenos días, señora.
I'm Judge Michael Davis.
Yo soy el juez Michael Davis.
And I'm gonna. We have a Spanish interpreter here. I'm gonna swear her in now.
Y aquí tenemos la intérprete de español. Ahora ella va a prestar juramento.
All right. So, do you swear or affirm to accurately translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
I do. Good morning again, Your Honor. Solange Sands.
Good morning. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, ma'am. You've been charged with grand theft
Señora, usted se le acusa de robo de grado mayor
between $20,000 and $100,000
de valor de $20,000 a $100,000
and obtaining property by fraud over $50,000.
y obtener propiedad por medios de fraude con un valor de más de $50,000.
I'm going to find that there was probable cause to arrest you in this case.
Decido que hay motivo fundado para arrestarla en este caso.
And I'm first going to hear from the state attorney
Y primero va a hablar el fiscal.
and then from your attorney.
Y después vamos a hablar con su abogado.
Your Honor, I'm going to be requesting, one, that the bond amounts be kept in place.
Primero, señoría, voy a pedir que la fianza fijada quede
That there be an order of no victim contact,
y que se ordene que queda prohibido comunicación con la víctima.
and that Ms. Arjona Braceno be required to surrender her passport to the clerk of courts prior to her release from custody.
Y que se le requiere a la señora Arjona Briceño que entregue su pasaporte a la secretaría de la corte antes de poder salir en libertad.
My concerns in this case are obviously, Your Honor, that $75,000 was stolen from this couple.
Lo que me preocupa primero, señoría, es que se le robó a esta, o supuestamente se le robó a esta pareja más de $75,000
And was not recovered.
y que no se logró recuperarlo.
I would note the detective's detailed report indicates
El informe de los detectives que prestan bastantes detalles indican
that Ms. Arjona Braceno's claims about her level of involvement
que lo que supuestamente dijo la señora Arjona Briceño en lo que tiene que ver con lo que ella estuvo involucrada
are just not supported by the inconsistencies
no se pueden aceptar debido a las inconsistencias
between her statements and the physical evidence.
entre las declaraciones que dio la señora y la evidencia física.
I'm also concerned about her lack of ties to the community.
También me preocupa la falta de vínculos con la comunidad de la señora.
And noting, I'm showing her place of birth to be in Venezuela.
Y quiero reflejar que aquí muestran que ella ha nacido en Venezuela
and 24 months of residence in Homestead.
y ha vivido en Homestead por 24 meses.
And I would also just note that the detective mentions in his report
También quiero indicar que el detective menciona en su informe,
was another couple or another person
había otra pareja o otra persona
that was defrauded in the same manner,
que también sufrió un fraude similar.
connected to the accounts with Ms. Arjona Braceno's name.
Y eso está vinculado con las cuentas que están a nombre de la señora Arjona.
And I believe the email accounts.
Y me parece que también las cuentas de correo electrónico.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Gracias, señoría.
All right, let me hear from Mr. Romero.
Vamos a ver qué dice el señor Romero.
Judge, speaking of Ms. Arjona, she's 30 years old.
Se-
She's been living in South Florida for the past 2 years here.
Señoría, hablé con la señora Arjona, tiene 30 años y ha vivido en el sur de la Florida 2 años.
It is true what Mr. Lender points out, she was not born here, she was born in Venezuela.
Es verdad lo que dijo el señor Leonard, ella no nació aquí, nació en Venezuela.
She came here seeking political asylum and she's right now going through the process.
Vino aquí pidiendo asilo político y todavía está en ese proceso.
I believe the last place she wants to go back to at this time is Venezuela.
Me parece que el último lugar del mundo que ella quisiera ir sería Venezuela.
She's here with her daughter. She is a single mother.
Ella vive aquí con su hija, ella es una madre soltera.
Her daughter's in 5th grade attending public school.
La niña está en el 5º grado y va a la escuela pública.
Her daughter has established ties, has friends, knows her teachers, does her homework. The last thing she wants to do is also yank her daughter out of the only school right now that she knows.
La niña tiene vínculos aquí, tiene amigos, conoce a sus maestros, hace sus tareas. Lo último que va a hacer esta señora es sacarla de esa escuela. Es la única escuela que conoce en este momento.
Judge, she is working right now. She works at a cafeteria in Miami.
La señora,
Months.
how many months? Can you repeat? La señora en este momento también está trabajando, trabaja en una cafetería hace 8 meses en Miami.
Now, she does live in Homestead. She rents a room in a house with a roommate.
Ella sí vive en Homestead y está alquilando una habitación. Tiene un compañero de casa.
Judge, her monthly portion of the rent is about $400.
Y señoría, lo que ella paga compartiendo el alquiler es $400.
Judge, right now her daughter's being taken care of by the father of her child, the daughter's father, biological father.
En este momento la persona que está cuidando a la niña es el papá. El papá de la niña es el que la está cuidando.
They're separated,
Y ellos están separados.
but that's the only person that she's going to be able to contact to help post her monetary bond.
Esa es la única persona con la cual ella se va a poder comunicar para pedir que le pague una fianza.
By trade, he's a handyman.
Y él lo que hace es que es un handyman.
The $30,000 bond, which is currently set, is something that they cannot possibly afford.
Y la fianza que está fijada en este momento, que es $30,000, es algo que ellos nunca podrían lograr pagar.
I'd ask you to consider placing her on pre-trial with maybe a level 2 component, so that the court knows where she is at all times.
Entonces, por eso yo pediría que le dé un tipo de libertad de antejuicio con ese programa de libertad de antejuicio, nivel 2, y eso le dejaría saber a la corte en dónde estaría la señora en cualquier momento.
Now, I know Mr. Lender has concerns regarding this case.
Yo sé que el señor Leonard tiene preocupaciones con este caso.
He pointed out to the fact that basically the story she gave just doesn't add up.
Él ya nos dejó saber que piensa que la versión que ha dado la señora no es lógica.
Typically, facts don't add up, and that's why there's two sides to a story, and that's why we have trials.
Y eso es lo que pasa muy a menudo, que los hechos no son iguales y por eso es que tenemos que celebrar un juicio.
But at this time, we can't deny the fact that she spoke to law enforcement, and to me, that shows she's cooperative.
Pero en este momento no podemos descartar el hecho que la señora sí habló con la policía, entonces eso demuestra que está cooperando.
Judge, I'd ask you to consider then, just, that's the request why we're asking level 2 pretrial on Ms. Arajona's behalf.
Por eso, señoría, es que le estamos pidiendo que usted considere darle una libertad antes de juicio con el nivel número 2 en ese programa.
And Judge, if I may too, just in my reading of the police report or probable cause affidavit, it seems clear there is some sort of mastermind to this scheme, and in some respects, I feel that she is possibly the victim of a scam in attempts of herself. She is, like, Mr. Romero said, cooperating with police and providing what information she can, but it seems that
moment,
the
please.
complexity, I'm sorry, go
It's
ahead.
okay, thank you. De mi parte también, señoría, quería decir que después de leer el informe de la policía y ver el documento de motivo fundado, parece que hay otra persona que es la que está a cargo de tratar de hacer este tipo de situación. Entonces, quizás la señora misma es una víctima de este tipo de robo y por eso queremos notar que ella sí está cooperando con la policía.
The state's mention of a possible other victim, I mean, it's very bare as far as what's provided in the police report, and
También vimos, de acuerdo a lo que dice el informe y el Estado, que hay otras víctimas.
and this other person mentioned that sort of set the whole thing up, could have been using other people to perpetrate this crime. So she has no history.
Esa persona fue la que comentó que parece que la persona que está a cargo de todo fue la persona que está utilizando otras personas para cometer los crímenes.
Your Honor, and I'll make it brief.
Bueno, señoría, voy a ser breve.
Thank you. Your Honor, one, it's not cooperation if there's deception.
Señoría, no se puede considerar cooperar si se está tratando de mentir.
And I think the detective is very clear
Y
that
lo que dice el detective es bastante claro.
he investigated to see if there was credibility to her story.
Él dijo que investigó para ver si se le podía creer la versión de ella.
That she was in fact the victim.
Que
or a
ella,
victim.
de hecho, era la víctima o una de las víctimas.
That is why the detective makes it a point of putting such specificity in every measure he took.
Por eso es que el detective puso tanto detalle, detalló tan cuidadosamente todas las actividades que él condució o que tomó,
Showing that the evidence disproves the statement she gave.
demostrando que la evidencia muestra que lo que ella dijo no es verdad.
And also the evidence, again, involving these other couple,
Y también la evidencia en lo que tiene que ver con esta otra pareja
is quite alarming.
es muy alarmante.
That there was over $100,000
Involucra más de $100,000
transferred to
que
an
se,
account ending with the same numbers,
que se transfirió a una cuenta que terminan con los mismos números,
registered to Ms. Arjona Briceño's company,
registrado con la compañía de la señora Arjona Briceño,
wired the next day to China,
que se envió por transferencia electrónica a China al otro día,
showing that $8,500 was withdrawn,
demostrando que se retiraron $8,500
and showing a deposit that Ms. Arjona claims to have made was never made.
y demostrando que un depósito que la señora Arjona dijo que había hecho, supuestamente, que nunca se hizo.
Okay. I'm going to put you on pretrial release level 2, ma'am, with a GPS monitor.
Señora, le voy a dar entonces el programa de libertad de antejuicio y va a tener un monitor de GPS.
You're going to have to surrender your passport within 24 hours of release.
Dentro de las próximas 24 horas después de quedar en libertad, usted tiene que entregar su pasaporte.
As part of your pretrial conditions, you are not to have access to the internet or any internet-capable devices like a cell phone.
Como condición de su libertad de antejuicio, no puede tener acceso al Internet ni a un teléfono celular que tenga acceso al Internet.
Or a computer or a tablet.
Tampoco a computadoras o una tablet.
If you have a cell phone that's internet-capable, you'll have to contact your provider.
Si usted tiene un teléfono celular que puede conectarse con el Internet, tiene que comunicarse usted con la compañía del teléfono
And have them shut off that portion of it.
y pedirles que le apaguen esa capacidad.
You understand, ma'am?
¿Entiende, señora?
All right, good
Yes.
luck.
Your Honor,
Bueno,
No.
buena suerte. No queda confianza. No va a tener que pagar una fianza.
I would also be asking for an order of no victim contact.
También pedimos que se ordene prohibido la comunicación con las víctimas.
That's granted, ma'am. You cannot have any contact with
Aceptado.
the alleged victims in the case.
Señora, le queda prohibido comunicarse con las víctimas de este caso.
And in addition to...
Thank you so much.
We're not done.
No,
In
no
addition-
terminamos
In addition
todavía.
to the passport surrender, I would also be requesting an order from the court
También, además de que tener que entregar el pasaporte, vamos a pedir de la Corte una orden
that Ms. Arjona Briceno may not reapply for any type of passport
que la señora Arjona Briceño no puede tratar de aplicar nuevamente para cualquier tipo de pasaporte
until further order of the court.
hasta que la Corte le permite.
So ordered.
Queda ordenado.
All right, good luck. Good
Buena
luck to you, ma'am.
buena suerte, señora.
Take care. Thank you, Judge. All right, take care.
Thank you.
All right, while we have, yes,
There's other people that require Spanish interpreter.
that's what I was gonna ask. Here you go. That's what I was gonna ask.
Sir, Judge Pedro
Once
Ponce
P.O.
de Leon.
Ponce de Leon, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
He's on page 12, Judge, if that helps.
Within 24 hours of release.
Middle part of your document.
No, you can do it within 24 hours of release. I'm sorry, Hector, I didn't hear what you said.
He's on
Page 12.
so I think
Yeah.
it should be in the middle of your stack.
I found him. All right, sir, you're charged with violating your felony probation.
Señor, se le acusa de violar las condiciones de su probatoria de delito de grado mayor.
You're going to see Judge Elizabeth Shear
Usted se va a presentar en frente de la jueza Elizabeth Scherer
on January 22nd at 8:45
el 22 de enero a las 8:45 de la mañana.
to address that charge, sir.
Y ahí va a hablar sobre ese cargo.
Good luck to you.
Buena suerte, señor.
¿Alguien más requiere los servicios de un intérprete en español? No one
No-
else here
no
in the meeting
más?
requires a
All
Spanish
right.
interpreter, Judge.
Anyone else in the satellite jails need a Spanish interpreter? All right. Thank you, Solange. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Your
Always
Honor.
nice
You
to see
too.
you.
Thank you.
Take
Same
care.
here.
All right, Tammy Thompson.
I believe Paul Ryan, Judge.
All right. All right. Good morning, Ms. Thompson. You're charged with driving with a suspended license, a third or subsequent offense. Ma'am, the bond is $750, and you may not drive until a motor vehicle until further order of the court. All right. Good luck to you, ma'am. Aaliyah Manning.
Ms. Manning is here, present at Maine. She is approaching, Judge.
All right.
There's family present, Your Honor.
Okay, good. All right, good morning, sir. All right, Ms. Manning, you're charged with grand theft. I'm going to find probable cause for that offense. How are you related to Ms. Manning, sir?
She's my daughter.
Your daughter, okay. What do you want to tell me about Aaliyah?
Well,
Pretty name.
everything. Well, my name is Uriah Manning.
No,
Everything.
I was saying you gave her a pretty name.
Okay, thank you. Uh, Everything about my daughter up to this point is good. The last time I spoke to her was yesterday evening, somewhere like around 5 o'clock. I sent her some money via Walmart to Walmart. She lives alone, Judge, and she have 2 kids with her. I live in Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie. We stayed on the phone pretty much, you know. She's the first person I call in the morning and the last person before I go to sleep. I don't know what went wrong, but yesterday I sent her some money. She needs some money, and also to give some money to one of my employees. I've been calling her since pretty much all night last night into this morning. Her phone was off. To the present, I don't know what went wrong. I know she have 2 little babies. I don't know where they are. So I'm just here this morning to find out what happened and to see how I can be of any assistance.
Well, I don't want her to talk about the case right now while she's in front of me, but she can talk to you about it. How long has she been living down here in Broward?
She been living down here, Judge, around roughly 2.5, 3 years.
Okay. She come down to be with the dad of her children? Is that?
I'm the dad. She.
No, the father of her children.
No. She came down to spend Christmas with her mom.
Okay.
I have custody of her, and the mom hold on to her and would not allow her to come back home.
How old is she?
She's 19 now.
Now she's 19. Okay. All right. Any priors, Mr. Linder?
Yeah, it's a little disappointing. She had a theft in 2016 that she went through the MDP program. She successfully completed it. Wasn't going to be on her record, and now.
2016.
Yes.
All right.
I don't have an objection, though. If the court's inclined to put it on pretrial, I think that might be a good idea.
Well, no failures to appear in that case, right?
No, Your Honor, it's.
All right. So I'm going to release her outright. Ma'am, I'm going to release you on your recognizance. You are going to have to come back to court, though, to face these charges, so make sure that when you get the notice in the mail that you come to court, all right? So she's going to be, all right, good luck to you, ma'am. She's going to be released later today, and it's going to be a few hours, though, all right?
Where will she be released from?
She's up here at the main jail, which is just next door to the courthouse. But like I said, it's about 10 to 10 right now. It's going to be several hours before she's released, so if you have something else to do.
Yeah, I have to get back to work, but one of the questions I do have, where are the babies? Because I think she had them up until the point that she just come up missing.
All right.
Judge, her children are with a friend and they're being taken care of.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
Can Grandpa go and, do you want to go and see them, or you have to get back to work?
I have to get back to work.
Okay, all right, thanks for coming down.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
all right,
Judge.
good luck to you, sir. Thank you. All right, take care. All right, Janelle Gillette?
North Broward. I believe North Broward.
All righty. All right, good morning, ma'am. I'm Judge Davis. You're charged with robbery with a firearm. This is count 4.
Yes.
Mr. Linder?
Your Honor, this is actually an attempt.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna find probable cause for that for attempted armed robbery with a firearm.
That being said, Your Honor, I'm going to be asking, I believe we have our co-defendant on the docket as well.
Yep.
I'm going to be asking for a $50,000 bond. She's being held no bond for the armed carjacking that is referenced in the report, Your Honor.
Ms. Chase? All right, I'm gonna set a $50,000 bond in order that you have no contact with the alleged victim in this case, ma'am. Good luck to you. All right, take care now. Kathy Kelly?
North Broward, Your Honor.
All righty, all righty. All right, ma'am, I'll do that. I'm gonna release you to the custody of pretrial release. You'll submit to a drug and alcohol evaluation and random drug testing and follow all the recommendations, okay?
Okay,
All right, good luck to you. You're gonna be released today, okay?
thank you.
Take care of yourself. Jonathan Badgett?
Here in Maine, Judge.
All right, good morning, sir. You're charged with defrauding an innkeeper under $300.
Your Honor, if I could be heard.
Please.
Your Honor, I'm going to be asking for bond in the amount of $500. Mr. Baggett has been through this division multiple times in the past few months. He was actually placed on probation by Judge Levy, let me see when that was, January 8th on
January of this year?
7 separate defrauding innkeeper cases, Your Honor. Every time he comes in here, he ends up getting ROR'd because the argument is, well, you can't keep him on a $25 bond. He goes right out, goes to another business establishment in Broward, and rips him off, just like he did here. It's just not going to stop.
And he's currently on probation.
He's on probation for 7 different cases.
So, or for all 7 cases?
All 7 cases for the same thing.
So this may violate your probation, sir. All right, Mr. Romero?
He's asking to be released ROR, Judge.
All right. All right, I'm going to keep it at a $25 bond, sir. Good luck to you. Brett Jackson?
Medical reset.
Okay. Justin Bonney?
No problem, Your Honor.
All right.
Yeah, I'm Justin Bonnie.
All right. Yes, good morning, Mr. Bonney. Sir, you're charged with trespassing, an occupied structure. I'm going to find probable cause for the offense.
I own the building.
Okay. I'm going to keep the bond at $100, sir. I'm going to transfer this to Judge Lerner Wren, so you're going to see her in just a few days, okay? Good luck to you. Ronald Miller?
He's approaching, Judge.
All right, good morning, Mr. Miller. You're charged with carrying a weapon or device, possession of cannabis, and loitering or prowling. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses. Priors?
One moment. Sale of controlled substance, 2016. Possession of PVP alprazolam, 2015. Possession of alprazolam hydrocodone with a violation of probation, 2015.
All right, Mr. Romero?
Judge, Mr. Miller is asking me to ask the court if you would consider resolving this case today for our adjudication time served.
No, I can't do that, but if you have an address, sir, I'd put you on pretrial.
He has a mailing address, Judge. I believe it's his mother that lives in Dania that he can receive correspondence at. So in the alternative, Judge, would you place him on pretrial?
All right, I'll put you on standard pretrial release, sir. Now, you have to understand, if the mail's going to your mom's address, it's your responsibility to know when you're coming to court. You understand that?
Yeah.
All right, good luck to you. Frank Ali?
Medical reset, Judge Davis.
Okey dokie. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. James Capers? Excuse me. All right, good morning, sir. You're being held on 2 misdemeanor warrants for possession of cannabis and operating without a valid license. You interested in resolving these cases today, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'd offer, if you want to plead no contest, a withhold of adjudication, you'd have to pay court costs on both charges.
Okay, which would be how much, sir?
$293 times 2.
Okay, sure.
All right, sir, go ahead and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and put your hand down. Tell me your full name.
James Edward Capers, Jr.
Mr. Capers, you're charged with possession of cannabis and operating without a valid driver's license. Do you want to plead no contest to those offenses?
Correct, yes, sir.
You understand that by pleading no contest, you're giving up your right to have a trial?
Yes.
All right, sir, I'm going to find your plea to be knowing, intelligent, and voluntary. I'll withhold adjudication on both counts, and you'll have a year to pay the court costs, okay?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Rafael Acevedo.
Judge, he's approaching. He's here in Manson Municipal case, I believe.
All righty. All right, good morning, Mr. Acevedo. I'm going to give you 2 choices for this morning, sir. The first, I can assign counsel to you free of charge. That would be Stephen Shate, and you will be assigned a division judge, and you can go ahead and fight the case. If you want to work the case out today, I'd offer you on a plea of no contest, withhold adjudication. You'll have a year to pay the court costs.
What was the court cost?
A court cost on an MO, I forget. What are they now for municipal? $78.
And I'll be released today?
Released today, case will be done.
Okay, and then, okay.
You want to do that?
And do I have a month to pay that, or?
A year. You have a year. You have a year to pay that.
Okay. And
Okay.
I'll be released today?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Go ahead and raise your right. Go ahead and raise your right hand real quick. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and put your hand down. Tell me your full name.
Rafael Acevedo.
Mr. Acevedo, you've been charged with possession of an open container of alcohol. Do you want to plead no contest to that charge? Thank you.
Yes.
You understand that by pleading no contest, you're giving up your right to have a trial?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to find your plea to be knowing, intelligent, and voluntary. I'll withhold adjudication. You'll have a year to pay the $78 court costs, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, good luck. Case is all done. You'll be released today. Nelson Geraldo.
Mr. Geraldo, I believe he bonded, Judge.
You bonded? What did you say? Frank Ali? I think we did him earlier, didn't we?
It was medical reset, I believe.
Oh, it was a medical reset?
I think it was.
Yes, it's medical reset.
Frank Ali was a medical reset, yes. All right. Mr. Geraldo bonded, so I find probable cause. Corey Lee.
Mr. Lee is here present, Judge. He's approaching.
All right, Mr. Lee, you're charged with giving false identification to law enforcement and a writ of arrest for child support. Do you want to address the first case today? I'll offer you a withhold of adjudication and court costs.
He wishes to accept the court offer.
All right, go ahead and raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, put your hand down and tell me your full name.
Corey, that is Lee.
All right, Mr. Lee, you've been charged with giving false identification to law enforcement. Do you wish to plead no contest to that charge?
Yes.
You understand by pleading no contest, you're giving up your right to have a trial?
Yes.
All right, I'll find the plea to be knowing, intelligent, and voluntary. I'll withhold adjudication. You're going to have a year to pay the court costs. On the writ of arrest, your purge is $413. If you can have someone pay that for you, you'll be released. If not, they'll bring you shortly to see Judge Birkin. Okay? All right. Good luck to you. Okay. Frank Ayers. Thank you.
Mr. Ayers is approaching, Judge.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Ayers. You're charged with panhandling. You're being held on a traffic warrant for that charge. If you want to resolve the case today, sir, on a plea of no contest, I would offer you a withhold of adjudication and a year to pay the court costs. Is that something you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. Go ahead and raise your right hand for me. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and put your hand down and tell me your full name.
Frank Edward Ayers.
Mr. Ayers, you're charged with panhandling. How do you plead to that offense? Do you want to plead no contest?
Yes.
All right. You understand by pleading no contest, you're giving up your right to have a trial?
Yes.
All right. I'll find your plea to be knowing, intelligent, and voluntary. I'll withhold adjudication, and you'll have a year to pay the court costs. Case is all done. You'll be released today, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Good luck to you. Horace Howery.
Mr. Howery is approaching, Judge.
All right, Mr. Howery, you're being held on 2 traffic warrants. One is a driving with a suspended license. The other is having an unlicensed tag or sticker.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, what's his appearance rate look like for Mr. Howery? Horace, what happened? You missed court?
We did not get the court notice for my address. I'm having a problem with my mailing and receive my mail from my address. So I unfortunately didn't receive the notice, and that's what's the result of this. I'm
All
here
right.
today.
All right, that happens. What is the mailing address that you want your mail sent to?
3205 Riverside Drive, Coral Springs, Florida, 33065.
So not the Sunrise address?
Correct.
Can you repeat that one more time so the clerk can write it down? Slowly.
3205 Riverside Drive, Coral Springs, Florida, apartment C302, 33065.
All right, who's Division MJ? Does anyone know?
I believe it's Judge Diaz.
Oh. All right, I don't, I have to text him and see if he's all right with me.
Judge, would you be fine to resolving the case today for time served?
If he wants to, I don't know if he wants to resolve the suspended license. It's really up to him.
If he wants to resolve both of them, Judge.
All right, because if you go to division, there's a possibility you can have that resolved. You can have that dismissed if you can get your license clean. But if you want to resolve it today, I'll give you a withhold of adjudication, and a year to pay some court costs. But that's going on your record. The suspended license. If you get 3 of those within a 5-year period, they can charge you with a felony.
Oh, okay, understood.
You understand that?
Cool, sure.
All right. You still want to work the case out today?
Sure, correct.
Okay. All right. So, sir, go ahead and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead and put your hand down. Sir, you're charged with driving with a suspended license and having an unlicensed or unlawful tag or sticker. Do you want to plead no contest to both of these charges?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, sir. You understand that by pleading no contest, you're giving up your right to have a trial?
Correct.
All right. I'm going to find your plea to be knowing, intelligent, and voluntary. I'll withhold adjudication. You'll have a year to pay the court costs on both counts, okay?
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Sure.
Joshua Jacobs.
He's approaching, Judge.
All right. All right, Mr. Jacobs. All right, good morning. You're charged with an armed burglary, sir. This is count 22. He's being held no bond on other charges, Mr. Linder? Mr. Jacobs, Joshua Jacobs?
Your Honor, he is, one moment. I had him earlier. It looks like he pled out multiple burglaries, grand thefts, dealing in stolen properties. He's county sentenced until April 16th. He also has a no bond out of county hold for a failure to appear out of Volusia County for grand theft auto, fleeing and eluding law enforcement, resisting without violence. Your Honor, based on, and this is a PDL, based on the evidence, the physical evidence obtained, the gun that was recovered on his, one of the guns that was recovered on his co-defendant, state would be seeking a finding of proof evident or presumption grade for first appearance purposes only, and that he be held no bond on this charge.
From Mr. Romero?
I would just object to holding him, object to holding him no bond on the basis that that's the highest standard that we actually have. In reading the police report, it mentions one of the suspects during a pursuit dropped a AR-15 that was recovered, doesn't specify who. The print that was recovered that the probable cause talks about relating to Mr. Jacobs was found from watch boxes, nothing connecting him to any rifle, gun, or anything that was recovered.
All right, thank you. Sir, for purposes of the first appearance hearing, I'm going to find that there's proof evident or presumption great to hold you no bond on this charge. You will have the opportunity to have a bond hearing, also known as an Arthur hearing, before your division judge, sir. All right, good luck to you, sir. This is going to be held no bond at this time. Terrence Striggles. Okay. All right, Mr. Striggles, you're charged with burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, 3 counts, and 1 count of petty theft. Counts 48 through 51. I'll find probable cause for the offenses.
Your Honor, Mr. Striggles has multiple other burglary holds. The bonds are set on those, most of them at least, at $1,000 each, and that's what I was just going to be requesting, for $1,000 each on these 3 counts.
Yep. All right. It's going to be $1,000 on count 48, 49, and 50. $25 on count 51, sir. Good luck to you. Is he on pretrial on the rest of them?
I'd just be requesting the same condition.
That's fine. With a GPS or no? Yes? All right. So pretrial release GPS as well. That was for Mr. Striggles.
He's on pretrial for some of the cases.
Right. Put them on for 48, 49, and 50. 51, you don't have to. That's the petty theft. Yeah, just leave $25. Yeah, it's 1,000 each. No. Right, some don't. We'll just do the felonies. Shamar Van Riel.
No problem, John.
All right. All right. Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Let's see here. You're charged with burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, 3 counts, and petty theft in the second degree, 1 count. I'm going to find probable cause. Same for Mr. Van Riel?
He's got a $7,500 bond on an aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, $1,000 on a grand theft auto, $1,000 on resisting without violence, $2,500 on a fleeing, and $1,000 on a grand theft auto. So I'd just be asking for $1,000.
All right. Well, we'll make it 1,000 on count 8, 9, 10, and $25 on count 11. Is he also on pretrial? No. Okay. So we'll leave it. All right. Good luck to you, sir. You take care of yourself.
Thanks, sir.
William Peacock.
Mr. Peacock is here present, gentlemen.
All righty. Mr. Peacock, you're charged with 3 counts of burglary of an unoccupied conveyance and 1 count of violating your probation or community control. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses.
Sorry, I do have a probable cause, if I may be heard.
Oh, yes,
In terms
please.
of an attempt, I mean, basically everything is alluding to trying door handles or grabbing door handles. Nothing mentions entering any vehicles, removing any vehicles. It's more of a loitering and prowling or attempt.
Yep. All right, I'm going to find probable cause for attempted on all 3 counts. What's he on probation for?
Grand theft, it's out of another state also.
All right, $1,000 per count, 1, 2, and 3. And sir, you're going to be held no bond on count 4, which is your violation of probation. Good luck. Homer Walton.
Mr. Walton, come on up, please.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Walton. You're charged with Good morning. You're charged with violating your felony probation. You're going to be held without bond on that charge, and you'll see your division judge on the 22nd of January at 8:30. You also have a child support writ of arrest. The purge payment on that is $500. They'll bring you in front of the family court judge to address that. All right. Good luck to you, sir. Oscar Fonseca.
Mr. Fonseca, come on up, please. Good morning, Judge. He declined.
Good morning. All right, very well. Sir, you're charged with violating your felony probation. You're going to be held without bond at this time. You'll see your division judge on the 23rd of January, 9 a.m. to address that charge. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Taylor Eisenhower.
Mr. Eisenhower, come on up, please. Judge, he declined to serve as public defender.
All righty. Sir, good morning. You're charged with 2 counts of violating your felony community control. You're going to be held without bond at this time, and you will see your division judge, as Judge Fine, January 23rd, 8:45 a.m. to address that. Good luck, sir. All right. Freeman Golden.
Judge, Mr. Freeman is here at Maine. He declined to serve as public defender.
All right. Mr. Golden, you're charged with violating your felony probation. You're going to be held without bond at this time, and you will see your division judge, Judge McCarthy, on the 22nd of January, 8:30 a.m. to address that charge. Good luck, sir. Nathaniel Williams.
Mr. Williams, come on up. Judge, Mr. Williams declined to serve as public defender.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Williams. You're charged with Good morning. You're charged with violating your felony probation. You're going to be held without bond at this time, and you'll see your division judge, Judge Backman, on the 22nd of January, 8 a.m. All right? Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Michael Green.
Mr. Green is here.
Okay. What does this say? There's a note here. I don't know, this must have been for the clerk's office. All right, Mr. Green, you're charged with grand theft, providing false information to a pawn owner, dealing in stolen property, fraud, 2 misdemeanor warrants, and an out-of-county felony warrant. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses, and I'll keep the standard bonds in place as they are. $5,000 on count 1, 2, 3, $3,500 on count 4, $500 on count 5, $1,500 on count 6, and there's no bond on count 7. They're going to set a status for you on the misdemeanor bonds, the misdemeanor warrants in front of Judge Gottlieb. All right, good luck. Good luck to you, sir. Oh, yes.
Mr. Green asking me to request if you could potentially lower the bond on counts 1, 2, and 3. From what he advised me, he's a janitor for a design tech company. He makes it on an average about $100 per week. He lives in Fort Lauderdale. He rents an apartment, and it's about $400 per month. Judge, he's going to be contacting his friend to post his bond. He believes his friend has very limited income and doesn't think he can come anywhere close to the bond, which is set now, I believe, is $20,500. So therefore, we'd be asking you to consider on 1, 2, and 3, lowering the bond from $5,000 each count to $2,500 each count. So that would be a total reduction in bond. I believe my math is correct, of $7,500.
The thing is, sir, you've got a no bond hold out of another county, so you're not going anywhere, even if your friend can post the bond. So let's leave it to your division judge, because right now you're not going anywhere. All right. All right. Good luck to you, Joseph Kestel.
I've been advised he's in regular court, Judge.
All right, probably addressing the VOPs. So he's, yep, that's probably what it is. So I'll find probable cause for the VOPs, and he'll address that in court. John Robinson.
North Broward.
All righty.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Robinson.
Good morning, sir.
You're charged with a violation of your felony probation. Who's Judge Shapiro? Is that out of another county, or?
It's a 2000 case, so it might be.
Yeah. All right. So, sir, you're going to be held no bond on that charge. You've got a child support writ of arrest. It's a very substantial purge, $23,562. They'll
Me and her, excuse me. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, they're going to bring you to see Judge Birkin about that, okay? So you'll see Judge Birkin about the child support issue, and you'll see Judge Bailey, it looks like, on the probation, okay?
Okay, when that'll be, sir?
The 22nd is the day that they have you for Judge Bailey, and they'll probably try to get you to see Judge Birkin the same day, since you'll be down at the main courthouse, okay?
Yes, because me and her raised the kid together, so I don't know why they had me on child support.
All right, you'll talk to Judge Birkin. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Christopher Young.
Mr. Young is here, present, Judge, I mean.
All right. All right, good morning, Mr. Young. You're charged with violating your parole. I'm going to find probable cause for that offense. You're going to be held no bond at this time on that charge, and the parole board will conduct a hearing with you, sir, to make a further decision. All right? Good luck to you.
Thank you.
James Judy.
Mr. Judy is approaching, Judge? Oh, no, is that? Oh, Judge, he went to Judge.
Oh, you went to Judge Cohen? Oh, that was the one. Yes, right. You went to Judge. Okay, that's right. I remember. Okay, so this one to Judge Cohen. I don't know if they need the paperwork over there, but that one right up top. Yeah, that went to Judge Cohen. All right, Bernard Landers.
Mr. Landers, come on up, please.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Landers. You're charged with burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, and you also have a child support writ of arrest. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses. Do you have any priors?
One moment, Judge. Showing he has, out of the state of Michigan, last year, assaulting, resisting, obstructing a law enforcement officer, possession of controlled substance from 2016, unlawful use of false name ID out of Fort Lauderdale last year. Possession of marijuana out of Lauderhill 2011. It does appear also that Mr. Landers was extradited to Broward from Tennessee.
Is that right?
Yes, if you look at the place of arrest in the booking, it was
Oh, I see, the
Decatur
extradition,
County Sheriff.
Yeah, okay. All right, Mr. Romero?
Judge, I just, first question, when is the alleged date of offense on this charge?
Okay. May 27, 2016.
That's what Mr. Landers was advising, that's what the alleged date of incident. Yes, he was incarcerated, a judge in Michigan. He did complete a sentence, I believe he was sentenced up there for about a year. He was brought down here. Judge, since he's been brought down here, he's been living with his mother, he's been looking for work. Unfortunately, he's been having a hard time finding work with this on his record. He was basically born in South Florida. He's going to be relying on his mom to help post his bond, but right now money is super tight, as you can see. Whatever funds that she has are first going to be a priority to pay the purge amount on the child support. Judge, I'd ask you to consider, I know he has a record, and because of that, I'm going to be asking you to consider setting a bond of $1,000 on count one.
All right, I'll do in light of his extradition, I'm going to do a $2,500 bond, sir. You've got the 637 child support writ of arrest. You'll see Judge Lopane about that, and you're to have no contact with the alleged victim in the case. Stay 500 away from her, 500 feet away from her at least, and no other type of contact, all right? Good luck to you, sir. Lazaro Rodriguez.
Judge,
Your Honor.
advise he's in court.
He's in court. I'm going to ask the court to find probable cause to keep the bonds in place. He was brought here to Judge McCarthy signed a transport order. He was brought here from DeSoto Work Camp specifically for his hearing this morning.
Judge McCarthy,
There's no
okay.
reason to bring him back for a first appearance
Right.
after the hearing that he was brought down
Right.
for.
All right. I'll find probable cause. We'll keep the bonds in place, and we'll see what Judge McCarthy does this morning. Edwin Melgar.
Mr. Melgar, run up, sir.
All right. Good morning, sir. You're charged with violating your felony probation. You're going to be held without bond at this time. You'll see Judge Duffy at on January 22nd at 9 a.m. to address that. All right? Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck. Thank you. Evan Medalis.
Mr. Medalis is approaching, Judge.
All right. Good morning, sir. You're charged with operating a motor vehicle without a license, failure to register a motor vehicle, careless driving, operating a motorcycle between lanes, unlawful speed, 2 counts distribution or delivery of cocaine, 1 count possession of cocaine, 1 count possession of cannabis, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia. Okay. Well, bonds are going to be kept in place, and they were posted, so you'll be released today, sir. Good luck to you.
Already post your bond. You'll be released.
Take care.
Good luck, sir. Thank you, sir.
You got it. Gabriel Diaz.
Mr. Diaz?
All right. Good morning, Mr. Diaz. You're charged with carrying. Good morning. You're charged with carrying a concealed firearm, possession of cannabis. You have a child support writ of arrest for $750 and an out-of-county misdemeanor hold. I'll find probable cause. It'll be a $1,000 bond for count 1, and again, the $750 for the child support. They'll bring you to see. Looks like Judge Ehrlich about that.
Judge, the out-of-county hold?
Yes.
The out-of-county hold?
Yes.
Not him. We've already
Oh, the out-of-county hold is not you. All right, so that changes things about the firearm then. Have any priors?
One moment. Animal cruelty 2008.
All right, so I'm going to release you on your recognizance on count 1. You're not going to be getting out, though, until you see Judge Ehrlich about that child support purge, okay? Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Joan or Juan Sanchez. All right, good morning, Mr. Sanchez. You're charged with possession of a forged bank bill and passing a forged or altered bank bill. I'll find probable cause for the offenses. Any priors? Mr. Linder?
I'm checking.
Oh,
Hold on,
sorry.
Judge. That's okay. No, Judge.
Judge, if I may, I just wanted to reference probable cause.
Sure.
And looking at it, there's nothing indicating any intent or knowledge. The only real evidence about anything is that he was advised he was given this in payment. There's nothing indicating he's the one who obtained or endorsed or wrote this fraudulent check or note. He just had it, someone gave it to him to pay him for construction work that he had done.
That's inferring that he did the construction work.
There's no evidence in this that he didn't, the officer didn't look to verify to see if he worked for this individual or was paid for his job. I mean, that we can't assume that he didn't. If someone hands you a fraudulent check making payment to you for doing work, we can't infer an intent or knowledge. I mean, I guess if the officer had investigated and he didn't in fact do any work for this person, but that's not in here.
So the question is, how reasonable is his story? He does work for an employer. The employer doesn't give him the check. A coworker gives him the check for his work.
And whether or not there's a coworker in charge of paying people for their services, we don't know if this is, that's not improbable that there's someone who works there who cuts the paychecks. You know, we all have someone who's in charge of that. It doesn't say that it's not.
All right, I'm going to find probable cause. I'm going to release you on your recognizance, sir. So you'll be released today. You'll have to come back to court on the next court date. Good luck.
Thank you.
Xenia Berger.
Mr. Berger, come on in, please.
All right, good morning, sir. You're charged with, good, thank you. You're charged with petty theft in the second degree, a third or subsequent offense, and you're being held on a felony warrant. I'm going to find probable cause. Bond on count one will be $750. No bond for the felony warrant. They'll set up a date for you to see Judge Scheer. Good luck to you.
Good luck, sir.
Peter Calixte, or Calixt?
Mr. Peterson Coluxy is here.
All right, good morning, sir. Good. You're charged with battery on an officer, resisting an officer without violence, resisting an officer with violence, 2 counts, burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, and petty theft. I'm going to find probable cause for these offenses, sir. So the $100 is posted. All right, that's good. All right, and priors?
He's asking if you have any priors, so they're looking it up. They shouldn't find anything.
Anita, you snuck back in. I didn't even see you.
Not showing any priors, Judge.
No priors? All right. All right, sir. It's going to be... I'll release you on count 1. $1,000 on count 2. The $100 on count 3 has already been posted. $1,000 on count 4. I will release you on count 5, and there's no monetary charge on count 6. $2,000 bond total. Good luck to you. Calvin Thomas.
Mr. Thomas, come on.
Yes. All right, Mr. Thomas, you're charged with a grand theft. I'm going to find probable cause for that offense. Any recent priors, Mr. Linder?
priors include, he was arrested in May of last year on a failure to appear in Palm Beach and possession of paraphernalia. Theft last year in Broward. He's gone to, let's see, he's got multiple prior failures to appear. He's gone to prison in the past for strong arm robbery, battery on a law enforcement officer, felony theft, grand theft auto, strong arm robbery, resisting with violence, uttering.
Does Mr. Thomas have a verifiable address?
Judge, he informed me that he's living at a homeless shelter, specifically St. Lawrence, which is located in Pompano. He informed me that he can get mailing address there, but that's where he's residing at the St. Lawrence shelter.
All right, let's put him on standard pretrial release, sir. You're gonna have to check in with them. Will he be able to check in today? It's 10:30. He's got the residence at the homeless shelter, and you're receiving mail there.
Yes.
All right.
You have to go. Don't go there, it's gonna be a warrant.
Oh, yeah, sure. All right, so put him on standard pretrial, and sir, you're gonna have to stay away from the Home Depot on Copans Road in Pompano Beach, okay? All right, good luck. Dylan McPherson?
Mr. McPherson, come on up, please.
May I approach?
Yes.
Judge, he's advised my colleague to find the public defender.
Okay.
No, I didn't mean to do that. That's, I guess he changed it on.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No problem. They just gave me, so why don't you talk to Mr. Romero for a minute? They just gave me the arrest arrest affidavit in your case. All right, sir. You're charged with armed burglary of a dwelling or structure. 4 counts of burglary of an unoccupied conveyance. 1 count grand theft of a firearm. Now, some of these were attempts, right?
Yes, the 2 through 5 are attempts.
Right. All right, so I'm going to find probable cause.
I'm sorry, I'll make that argument later, I'll wait.
I'm going to find probable cause for burglary of a dwelling armed, and 5 counts of attempted burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, and 1 count of grand theft of a firearm.
It would be burglary of a conveyance, not dwelling.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, conveyance, that's right. All right, Mr. Linder?
Your Honor, on count 1, the state is going to be seeking a no bond hold. Your Honor, based on the information contained in the arrest warrant affidavit, based on the video surveillance of Mr. McPherson, and that he was identified by his own mother as the individual on the video surveillance.
And Judge, we would object to that, I have argument as well.
Mother gave him up, huh? All right, let's see here. All right, I'm going to set a $10,000 bond on count 1.
The court is not finding proof evident or presumption great?
No, I'm going to set a bond in the case. Of course, that doesn't stop the state from seeking. That doesn't stop the state from seeking it at a later time to have you held. But I'll set.
Your Honor, it does as far as finding a proof evident or presumption great. My understanding, I don't believe we can make that request of this assigned judge at a later date.
Well, you can file a motion to have him held
We can't necessarily. There has to be certain conditions before, in good faith, the state can file a pretrial detention motion. I don't know that they would apply in this situation. But we would be asking if the court is going to set a bond on count one, that Your Honor place him also on pretrial release with a GPS monitor. It does appear he does not have ties to the community. It mentions he was down here residing in a halfway house.
I saw that. All right, I'm gonna find, as I said, $10,000 bond count one, 3,500 on count two, 3, 4, 5. And we'll do 3,500 on count 6. Pretrial release with a GPS monitor. Drug and alcohol evaluation and random testing, please.
We just asked for no victim contact.
Yes, no contact with the alleged victims in the case, sir. And no possession of any concealed weapons, firearms, or ammunition. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you. Oh, here, this goes with that. All right. Juan Zeladon. All right, Mr. Zeladon, good morning. You're charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. I'm going to find probable cause for that offense. Excuse me, Mr. Linder, any priors?
I'm sorry, does Your Honor have additional information aside from the PC that details the allegation, or no?
I have the not in custody affidavit. Do you want that? Want a copy? Yeah, sure. You can come up. Yeah, sure, no.
Your Honor, I see no criminal history. That being said, I'm going to be requesting a $7,500 bond in order of no victim contact. I'm concerned based on the level of violence, based on the allegations, this doesn't appear to be a heat-of-the-moment situation. According to this, Mr. Zeladon left the restaurant, went to his vehicle, armed himself, went back in, and then attacked the alleged victim who was there eating with his family. And then I believe, just let me confirm, did have to go to the hospital for treatment to his injuries.
All right, Mr. Romero?
Judge, Mr. Zeladon, as the state corroborated, this is his first contact with the criminal justice system. He's 55 years old. He's been living here since 1982. He's self-employed. He remodels houses whenever he can get some sort of clients. I know for the month of December, his total, wages that he earned was $800. It was a slow month. He lives in Miramar. He lives there with his wife, mother-in-law, and their 2 children. They've been living at that place for about 5 years. His portion of the rent with his wife is $500. His mother-in-law pays the other expenses. That's the person he's going to be hoping to see if she can post his monetary bond, but she gets disability, approximately $700 per month. He is a registered voter in Broward County, so, Judge, he has very strong ties to the community, no sort of criminal record. From what he's advising me, the $7,500, which the state has suggested, that's something he cannot afford. I know the allegations are concerning, Judge. We'd be asking you to consider setting a bond somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,500.
All right, I'll set a $5,000 bond. Sir, you're to have no contact with the alleged victim. Stay 500 feet away from him and don't communicate in any way. You're to have no weapons, ammunition, firearms, no access to any of those, sir. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck. Ernesto Ortega. All right, Mr. Ortega, good morning, sir. You're charged with driving with a suspended license as an habitual offender. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses. Any prior failures to appear?
I believe I have to check, but he might have an outstanding warrant right now. may be one, but I can't be certain at this point in time. Let's see.
Have it, Patrice? No.
Let's see.
I don't have his driving record.
I have it. He has. Two prior DUIs. Two prior DWLSs. He was given his habitual 2016. Possession of oxycodone with his DWS 2014 in Pembroke Pines.
All right. I'll release you today, sir. You're going to have to appear back in court. You understand that?
Yes,
All right. Good luck to you.
thank you.
Kimani Ogaro.
He's here, Main Judge.
All right. Good morning, sir. You're charged with giving false identification to law enforcement and 3 violations of your pretrial conditions, warrants. I'm going to find probable cause. Bond on count 1 is $100, and there's no bond on the felony warrants, and they'll set up a date and time for you to see Judge Merrigan about those. Good luck. Christopher Gagliardi.
I've been advised, Judge, he's a medical reset.
Okay. Jesus Lacotte.
He's approaching, Judge.
All right, good morning, sir. You're charged with possession of heroin and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to find probable cause for the offenses. Recent failures to appear.
One moment, Judge. Failure to appear last year in Palm Beach. 2016 in Palm Springs. 2015 in Palm Beach.
All right, does he have a
2010.
verifiable address?
He lives in Waxahachie with his father, Judge.
Yeah, all right, all right. This will be a $1,000 bond, sir. Good luck to you. Ralph Georges.
Judge, Mr. Georges is here. He's declined search for public defender.
Okay. This was Aaliyah Manning's co-defendant. All right, sir, you're charged with a grand theft. I'll find probable cause for the offense. What did I do with Aaliyah? Pretrial order. I think I released her. Yeah, right. Any priors for this gentleman, Mr. Georges?
One moment, Judge.
Nothing?
No, I believe he does.
Oh,
Just
oh.
one moment. He's out right now on a criminal use of personal identification information.
All right, I just keep the $1,000 bond in place, sir. The state could seek to revoke your conditions on that other case. I'll keep it $1,000 bond for today. Good luck to you. Keith Wheeler.
Medical research, Judge Davis.
All righty. Abel Rodriguez.
He's here present, Judge, at Main.
All right, good morning, Mr. Rodriguez. You're charged with grand theft. I'm going to find up another co-defendant in that case. All right, I'm going to find probable cause for the offense. Any priors for him?
One moment, Judge. Judge.
All right, Abel, I'll release you on your recognizance. You're just gonna have to come back to the next court date. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, sir. And stay away from the Walmart. Now, let's see, where was that? 5555 West Atlantic, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. Justin Jones.
I've been before he bonded, Judge.
Okie dokie, find probable cause. Anthony Rojas.
I've been before he bonded.
Okay, I'll find probable cause. Jerome Downing.
He's approaching, Judge.
Yes.
Can you check the finding and see if there's a case number for count 2?
Sure. Let's see. I don't see a case, wait a minute.
I'm gonna give it to you if it's not taken.
No. Well, there's a number here on the complaint affidavit, but it doesn't look like a case number.
That's a citation number.
On the finding,
Oh, never mind.
please write case number 100.
That's it, yeah.
100
190
190
24
24 CF10A. Okay.
They just didn't have the CF10A there.
Got it. All right, sir, you're charged with driving the suspended license as an habitual offender and a probation or community control violation. I'm going to find probable cause. Bond on count 1 is, $750. There's no bond on count 2, and they'll set up a date and time for you to see your division judge, sir. Good luck to you. Omar Rivera.
Judge, Mr. Reverse here, he declined the services covered.
All right, good morning, Mr. Rivera. You're charged with grand theft auto. I'm going to find probable cause for the offense. Any priors, Mr. Linder?
Posted bond.
Oh, okay, sir, your bond has been posted, okay? It's a $1,000 bond, that's been posted. Good luck.
Thank you, Honor.
All right, now. I did. Michael Godfrey? You have paperwork on him?
Mr. Godfrey, come on up.
Yes.
All right, thanks.
No, wait. One moment, Judge. I'll print it out.
Great. All right, good morning, Mr. Godfrey. You're charged with failure to comply with the registration law. The state is just gonna print me the paperwork out in your case so I can take a look at it real quick. So just give me one moment, okay?
Yes, sir.
Bless you.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, sir, I'm gonna find probable cause for the failure to comply with the registration. Do you have anything else other than the underlying offense?
Your Honor, yes. And I'm going to be requesting a $10,000 bond only because I'd asked for a lesser bond in a GPS, but I don't believe he'd be able to get out of custody with a bond, even with a GPS.
Right.
2014, he was convicted of failing to register. He was sentenced to 36 months in state prison. He was released January 24th of 2017.
January 24th. Oh, okay, almost a year ago. Okay, all right. All right, Mr. Romero?
Judge, unfortunately, Mr. Godfrey is indigent. He works when he can, as a day laborer, and if he gets work, he gets paid about $65 per day. The only person that can potentially help him post his bond is his mom, who's retired. And he believes if she goes through a bond, then maybe she can come up with the premium of $150. So he's asking, requesting a $1,500 bond.
All right. All right, I'm going to do a $7,500 bond, sir. Good luck to you.
Your Honor?
Yeah.
Would also, before we move on, I would just also ask that an additional condition of his release is that he must comply with all registration requirements.
Yes, that is so ordered. So if you do bond out, sir, you're going to have to register. All right? Good luck. Wesley Leach.
He's approaching.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Leach. You're charged with possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and what is this? I guess it's panhandling. I'll find probable cause for the offenses. All right. Hey, he's out large. All right, sir, I'm considering putting you on pretrial release. You'll have to do a drug and alcohol evaluation and random testing. If you don't do those things, there's going to be a warrant issued for your arrest. Can you do that? Yeah? You go and do the testing?
Give you testing.
How'd you wind up down here in South Florida, sir?
I was born and raised in Florida.
You were born and raised, okay. And then, so it was your mom that left?
Yes, sir. National Assembly.
Okay. You don't look so good, I gotta tell you. I would really like to see you get clean. If you don't do the pretrial, they're gonna issue another warrant for your arrest. Do you understand that? All right, put him on standard pretrial. I understand he has no place to live. Put him on standard pretrial, drug and alcohol evaluation, and random testing. 1 and 2? Yeah. All right, good luck to you, sir. Robert Wiley.
Mr. Wiley's approaching, Judge.
All right, good morning, sir. You're charged with driving with a suspended license as an habitual offender. I'm going to find probable cause for the offense. Any recent failures to appear?
One moment, Judge. None that I see, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You're just going to have to come back to the next court date, all right? Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you now.
Thank you.
They should have built this courthouse with like a little slide or something, you know? Tyvon Evans Elysius.
North Broward.
All righty. All right, good morning, sir. You're charged with petty theft in the second degree and 7 counts of violating your probation or community control. I'm going to find probable cause. The bond on count 1 will be $750, and there's no bond on counts 2 through 8. They will set up a date and time for you to see your division judge. Doesn't say who it is, but they'll set up a date and time for you to see them. All right, good luck to you. Feel better. Matthew Francis. Thank you.
I believe it's a medical loan, Judge.
Medical loan? Okay.
Your Honor?
Yeah.
I would just, actually, no, that's okay, never mind.
All right, here we go. Isaiah White.
Mr. White is here at me. Come on up, Mr. White.
And, Your Honor had Mr. White's co-defendant earlier. This is an attempt.
Right.
And assuming the court finds probable cause, he is also being held on the same armed carjacking. I'd request that the same $50,000 bond be placed on this count.
All right, so sir, you're charged with attempted robbery with a firearm. I'm gonna find probable cause for the offense. I'll set this count at a $50,000 bond, and you'll see your division judge soon, all right?
Just, be
No,
nice for-
yes, no contact with the alleged victim, sir. Stay 500 feet away at least. Good luck. And Keyshawn Knight.
He's at Paul Ryan, however, he's currently in the courthouse, 7870.
Got it, so we'll do
And
a reset.
Well, Your Honor, if I.
Oh, is he
could,
in on these cases probably?
I believe he might be if I,
Hector, thank you very much. I'll see you this afternoon.
he's not, but, and I'll just bring this court's attention if Ms. Chase wants him to be brought back, I have no objection. He's being court-ordered, held no bond on another case, and with a $10,000 bond on a separate grand theft auto.
All right. Up to you. All right, I'm gonna find probable cause for these charges. I'll keep the bonds in place as they are.
Thank you.
All right, good job, everybody. Big docket. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all at 1:30.